Good morning and welcome to the Skool Morning Show. That's right, this is a daily show. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day that ends in Y, except Saturday and Sunday, where we talk about online communities, building them, monetizing them, doing whatever the heck you want with them because it's fun. We're going to talk about it, but specifically Skool, and today is our recap show. We got lots of awesome stuff we're going to talk about. I'm Eric. I'm here with Jenna.
Hello.
What was that?
That's how we're gonna go today.
Sounded like Dobby the elf or something.
It's like
Oh,
I found the
oh Lord. Oh
sounds.
God, this is bad for everybody. You finally found the sound effects. Nice. Very nice. Now you're just going to spam them.
Yep, exactly. That is now that I have them, I'm gonna use them. Oh man, we're starting today off right without even showing any banners.
What?
The one,
Oh
the
my
one job
gosh.
you had.
How did they know we were having a good morning if we don't tell them?
How do they know it's Friday if we don't say that it's Friday?
I know. They all showed up thinking it was Thursday. Yesterday, I kept calling yesterday Friday. So I don't even know.
I wonder if because you know how we got a copyright for the "Why Don't You Love Me" song.
Yes.
My brain was thinking about saying it's Friday, and I'm like, but I've also heard that sometimes even if you're singing the song, you'll get a copyright.
It's true. Yeah. We don't need a
So-
copyright strike from Rebecca Black.
No, we do not. Be like, I grew up to get copyrighted strike from Rebecca. So
honor.
yeah, it is Friday,
Yeah.
and we are late.
We're very late. It's been a crazy week in general.
Yes, it has
Actually, I don't think we've been on time once this week.
Shh! Don't tell on us. What? We're we're gonna just live, laugh, love through this, you know?
Yeah, we're doing our best. Hey, you guys are
Exactly.
lucky we're even here.
Yeah. Well, yes, you are. You are. Before I go into what happened for me yesterday, and it's still going into my morning, I want to know how's your morning going, and everybody else, how's your morning going if you're listening?
Great. Had some coffee, went for my daily walk. I forgot until today that I have to go to my daughter's field trip next week. She's going to the zoo, and I'm very excited about it. But there will be a day next week where I'm not here. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And so it's just gonna be me here with the sounds. So that'll be fun.
That's the longest gong of all time.
It is. This one,
Oh, God, I hate that one.
ooh, freaky. I had to stop it.
So that's a little, that's what it's going to be like next Wednesday when I'm not here. It's just Jenna and the sound effects. You should tune in.
Yeah, I'll be looking at about pages and giving you sound effects for what I think. That'll be interesting.
That's right.
Shut up, Mom. Just kidding.
So that was my morning. How was your morning?
Crazy. So my morning actually started yesterday.
What?
So after about midway through the day yesterday, you know how you're just trying to get things done because you're about to go run errands.
Yes.
I had a whole plan. It's going to be super productive. Go pick up the groceries for this weekend, get some more laundry done, the normal stuff,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're going to eat leftovers. And because I'm not going to cook because we have got to get going, right?
Yes.
I heated up my leftovers. I sat down and I bit into glass.
Oh my gosh. That is
And yeah, it was from normally I would just make my own fried rice, but I had bought fried rice recently from it was like a PF Chang's bag from Target because it has edamame in it, and my kid likes edamame. And there was a huge chunk of green glass in it, and I didn't see it because it looked like an edamame bean. And I bit down on it. It broke into 3 pieces, so then there was glass shards in my mouth.
Oh my
And
Lord. That is terrifying. Like,
yeah.
honestly.
So then I had a panic attack too because that was leftovers, meaning we had it the night before. And I was thinking, oh my God, did my kid have glass and just I not realize it? Like, was it small enough that he didn't realize it either? And so it's been,
How does that even happen?
I don't know, but I looked it up
Oh yeah, I just
and
found this. There's a huge recall of
yeah,
glass in food. 10 million pounds. Or this one says 37 million pounds of food. Mm-hmm. They might even find more. How did it get that much glass?
I don't understand. It was a big chunk of glass. And I'm like,
That's
and then
horrifying.
obviously, when you crunch on glass and it's got like, it went into three pieces, then you have shards. Well, it cut the inside of my cheek, obviously my tongue. When I picked the glass out of my mouth, it cut my fingers too.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then I have like a scratchy throat. So I'm like, oh, mother trucker, you know?
I'd be suing. Can you sue them?
I don't know. I know that I need to call them and stuff. I don't feel like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fast
have
food, big lawsuit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah, I'm gonna have to call them and like deal with all of it because I'd also just taken out the trash too. So I'm gonna have to go. I can't. My arms are too small to reach into our dumpster.
Oh no.
So I have to wait until my dad is gonna be visiting like later this evening, and I have to ask him to go reach into the dumpster,
Oh my
grab
gosh.
the bag,
Wow.
and so that is how my morning's going. And I didn't have coffee because I know like when yesterday with all of that happening, like my cortisol went up. I panicked, my blood pressure went up, all these things. And if I'm going to have to call him today, I was like, I need to not have caffeine.
Yeah, everybody's
Before I
freaking out
talk
in the
to him.
comments.
Yeah. I am not happy about it. And like
Yeah.
it was very scary.
Yeah.
And then of course my kid asked for Chinese food
Oh my
after
gosh.
for dinner. And I
No.
was like, "No." I don't know if I'll ever be able to eat it again.
Yeah. Man,
So,
speaking of short arms, I have freakishly long arms. Like I've even had people comment in my videos, like, "Why are your arms so long?" And so every time I go to like Walmart or something, it never fails. I'm walking by a little old lady, and they always ask, like, "Sir, can you help me grab this bread at the top?" And so I'll reach up. I've never needed a ladder once in my life.
that's hilarious. So, I'm the one that's like trying to find something that I can do to like get on the top of the counter to reach the top cabinets, and you're the one that's like, let me just grab this right here.
Yeah, perks of
That's
having long
nice.
arms.
See, okay, this is a funny thing, and I know this is like so off topic, but I have to go with that because with me without coffee, we're gonna have a very ADHD day. I realized when I met somebody that was like one of the tallest people, and I ran into him. I was like, what is life like for you? Can you hold my phone up?" And because this was back when I was like in my early 20s, and so they held my phone up and like took a video, and I never realized how dirty the world looks.
Oh yeah, it's filthy up here.
Because yeah, I mean, like they were tall enough to see the tops of like grocery shelves, and they're like never dusted.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man,
But
or like,
also, I can never find anything that's like in the bottom cabinets. And so when my wife will ask me to go grab like a ketchup bottle or something, and like that's at the bottom of our pantry, I can never find it. It's not just because I'm a man and have man eyes. I physically can't see it.
I don't want to go into the bottom cabinets either. I just if it's not like eye level, eye level's where it's at. Everything else, no.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
agreed.
So that's how like my morning is going crazy.
Yeah,
You're
it
getting to
sounds
see the world of ADHD.
it sounds like you had a
bling, bling,
terrible
bling.
morning. I hope you're gonna be okay. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it's gonna go. I am gonna probably order a case of like aloe vera drinks to just try to like help soothe
Yeah.
anything. So, but yeah, did anybody else feel like this week went by fast?
Did
and
anyone
also
else swallow
slow?
glass?
Yeah, did anybody else crunch on glass?
Yeah, I feel like this week has been fast because I missed school news the other day. because I just lost track of time. And then like Arton, our friend Arton, does his weekly calls in his community, and I totally forgot about it. It's just been like one of those weeks where I'm just missing everything. It's passing me by.
I feel like it's one of those weeks where I was like, oh man, how is it already Friday? But then I also feel like, man, it's been 2 weeks in 1 week.
Hard.
You know?
Yeah, it's already. You know, the tax day is it's next Wednesday too. I have yet to actually submit it. I need to do that at some point today or Monday.
That's why you're going to the zoo. You're just going to be like, haha, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, let's go watch some tigers and do some tax evasion.
Oh, that's funny. Did you already share your story about the tiger?
I don't know if I've ever shared my story about the tiger on here, but I can do like a quick little recap of it if you like.
All right. Well, the tigers need to beware because if he's going to go visit them, they need to be on their best behavior. So you guys need to hear this story.
Yeah, so I've lived in all kinds of crazy places. I've lived in like an old barber shop. I've lived in an old gas station. I've lived in a junkyard. The list goes on and on. But one of the places that I lived was a zoo. I literally lived in like a Joe Exotic backwoods styled zoo that was probably breaking all kinds of code violations. And anyways, at night I would go and just kind of hang out with all the animals. I was like young, and I was a young teenage boy who's kind of stupid. And I would kind of like, say mean things to the tiger just to kind of like ruffle its feathers. And one day it just had enough, and it jumped up and it roared and it tried to attack me. And it was in like this really crappy cage. And the cage went out about 2 feet and looked like it was about to snap.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I took off running because I didn't feel like getting eaten by a tiger that day, like most days.
Yep.
And then like just a couple of days later, the zookeeper was feeding the tiger, and the tiger also attacked him. And I think it might have gotten him a little bit. And so they made the decision to put the tiger down. And they stuffed it and put it in like their part of their house. And so like I went into their house one day and I walked in, and the tiger was sitting in the living room, and it looked like an actual tiger. I mean, it was the actual tiger. It was just stuffed. And I freaked out, and I was like, "Oh my God, here it comes! It's after me! It's getting its revenge!" And yeah, it was stuffed. They made the news because I don't think you're just supposed to willy nilly going around putting down tigers like that,
Yeah. Wow. So everybody at the zoo were near Eric. Beware. He might get the tigers riled up.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. Every time I hear it, I think of like how, like, tigers are one of the most vicious like cats that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when did people start thinking, oh yeah, maybe we should have those?
I don't know.
Like why? I don't get it.
Let me tell one more quick story about that zoo that I've never told.
Okay.
So before I moved, the zookeeper was like, "Hey, do you want to take one of these animals?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so there was a guinea pig that I decided to take, and it was so cute. But here's the story of the guinea pig. There was like 10 of them. And then one night, all of these like coyotes broke into the zoo. It was like they were like, like CIA agents like coming in, and they ate all the guinea pigs except one. And so the zookeeper was like, "Well, we just can't have one guinea pig, out here. No, who wants to come to a zoo and see one guinea pig?" And so that one guinea pig survived the coyotes. They tried to feed it to like the boa constrictor. The boa constrictor didn't want to eat it. Normally it would, but the snake wouldn't eat the guinea pig, so they just gave it to me. And I promise you, that guinea pig lived like 5 years longer than it's supposed to. It lived an abnormally long time. It was a lucky animal. I don't know. Isn't that strange?
That is so weird and crazy, and it makes me wonder, like what the aura of the guinea pig, like what was going on that made that happen?
I don't know. It just had like good karma on its side or something. It just would not pass away. But I love that guinea pig. It was so cute.
Oh, well, you'll have to see if you can find a picture, because now we're gonna have to see it at some point.
His name was Hunkifer. I'll find a picture. Yeah, Hunkifer? Jessica. Yep, Hunkifer. Hunkifer the guinea pig.
That's crazy. All right, so let's bring it back. Today we're doing a recap of what's going on in school, not in our lives. The
How
story
did this
of our
happen?
lives. But what happened this week in school? Like just in school in general. Let's look at some of the things that
Sure.
we noticed. Like obviously there was school news,
Yep. Yep. Sam made a post about that, about
a
the
new
new
discovery.
discovery. Yeah.
How do you feel about like I know we talked about this the other day a little bit, but how do you feel about a new discovery coming based off like what they were saying?
What? I don't really know because I don't feel like they fully explained like what the metrics are going to be as far as like how things are going to be ranked or whatever. So I don't know how to feel about it yet, to be honest. I do know that there is definitely a problem with people like farming likes and different things to get their engagement up. That's definitely a problem. So I feel like there should be a better way to do it. I just can't think of how they would change it. Like, how are they gonna what is a good community? Because I feel like that is a little objective in some ways.
I feel like we should make like just a big post and say, what do you feel is a good community and what would that look like? Like give us like just not theory examples, like actual examples of what's good, like what makes a good community. Because I want to hear from I know what I think it is, but I want to hear what other people think it is too. So maybe we should do that, maybe even post it in schoolers
Yeah. What do you think
so
a
that
good
we can
community
all
is?
chat about that because
What do you? I
I,
mean, do you want to talk about it now? Like, what do you think a good community is, or do you want to just wait till another day?
let's wait to another day because if we're going to go into leaderboards too, I
Oh
think
yeah, that's
leaderboards
true.
actually would reflect that too.
That's true.
One thing I am interested in is give me one second. I have to drink water because, you
You're
know,
good.
glass throat.
You're good. Everyone, don't mind Jenna. She has glass literally in her throat. Let me pull up
Yeah,
this
who
comment
knows?
real
Maybe it
quick.
is.
James said keywords. Andrew made a post about it. Yeah, that's something else we were going to talk about. Was these new keywords that we're? Do you know when? Did they say when we're going to get these? I don't know if they mentioned it. Like maybe like the end
It's
of the
going to be
month or something.
part of like discovery. I think what we're going to see is the new discovery is going to be rolled out by the time quarter 2 is done.
Okay, I think
So
this
like
is
we're
going
going
to
to
be
just see it
massive.
point by point.
I think the key when you get 11 keywords to kind of help you get discovered. Because I have found right now the way discovery works when I'm looking for something, it doesn't always yield the best search results, and so I feel like this is going to help a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure search is the first thing that is being addressed. So this probably will be one of the first things that comes out because search is what's being used the most too. And I think part of that is because the categories are so, I don't know, generic or
Hmm.
too, it's like too broad.
Yeah.
So, and there's not enough of them for people to actually find something that they're looking for. One of the things that he said is that discovery will probably be like alternating all the time, right?
Interesting.
Because to keep it kind of interesting and more less of like just the same all the time.
Yeah.
And so and then like what does trending mean? Like he said something
That sounds
about like
interesting.
which communities are trending. What does that mean?
It kind of reminds me of like YouTube For You page. Like, so when you open up YouTube, it'll show you different communities you might like. It'd be really cool. Something I've asked for is if you could have like a little live button next to communities that are currently in a call. Because I feel like if I was looking through Discovery and I saw a community that was currently in a call, like that would make me want to join it more. Like, wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, one thing that okay, and I know this is crazy, but I would love for there to be like the discovery page and then it's then like a thing where you can click and see like who's live in a public free community, right?
Yeah,
And you
I
could
would love
see
that.
those and just jump in to observe. That would
Yeah.
be really cool.
Like, I kind of imagined it working kind of like Twitter Spaces. I think that would be really cool if they did something like that. And I don't know what he meant by rankings, and other than is that just like our numbers?
Yeah, new rankings would be like what number on discovery are
Okay.
you, etc.
I wonder how many people are going to be upset by this because they lose their star.
I mean, people are upset already because they're not getting their way for other things. So,
True. People are in a mood.
yep.
We'll leave it at that.
People have moods.
Breaking news, people have moods.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So, and I mean, like, it makes sense on why. And here's the thing, like, I think it makes sense for why they would have a mood and why they would be upset, because when you have a plan that you come up with a plan, right?
Mhm.
And it's vital to your business plans, right?
Yes.
And you don't have any control over it, then yeah, it's going to be like, you're probably going to get annoyed. You're probably going to get frustrated, even though that's like how it is in anywhere else, right? Like
Right.
if I could have a totally good plan of how something's going to work in theory, right? And then when you start running ads and they're like, oh, my ads aren't performing the way that I thought, or oh, this content isn't hitting like I thought it would. So your plans are a little bit taken aback, and that's why, like, as an entrepreneur, you just have to be quick on your feet.
Yeah, because Facebook will, they'll stop you from running ads if you put the wrong keywords in there. Like they'll just, like this won't work. Or algorithms on social change all the time. Like you could be doing a certain content style, and then all of a sudden, just not getting the views that you thought it would. I mean, it's always changing. But I think people are a little too reliant on discovery for their traffic source, and I think that's the issue. Is they want to get all their members from Skool alone, and now that that's changing, it ruins their whole thing. Well, that's why you should have a few different traffic sources, just so you're not
Yeah.
totally reliant on just this one thing.
Well, I'm also a big fan of knowing that at some point it is going to be somewhere they can rely on most of their traffic, right? Like
Yeah.
that is because if you think about it, that going back to let's just bring up TikTok. Most people can remember this. We had Vine, and then Vine went down, and then there was like Musically, right? And when Musically came out, everybody was like, "Oh, these people are just dancing to music." Okay, whatever. And but then it changed to like TikTok, and there was like ads trying to get people and creators to go onto TikTok, and then it switched. And then they were advertising for people to come watch the creators that are on TikTok.
Yeah.
So they were bringing in the members because they had to focus first on
The creators.
like having enough content on the platform so that if they advertise for members, that the members would want to stay. So that's how I've always, like, before working as a mod or anything, I've always looked at Skool this way, where it's like, duh, they're going to be trying to get enough they're going to try to get enough things in place where there's enough creators, there's enough community owners, enough communities with different various subjects to help with anybody's interest on here. And once they have that in place, now obviously they're working on discovery so that if they start advertising for members, like, that's just common sense for me, is that they eventually would. I haven't actually heard that technically from Sam. But if they were to try to bring more members to the platform, then they need to have a community that they could go to. And it needs to be a good community. That's the whole point of, like, why there was stars, why there's they're trying to rank, they're trying to provide the best experience for new members to the platform so that they can get you more members, right? And then people are mad,
Yeah.
How dare you? It's just like,
I think people should focus on building the best community they have and not worry about the algorithms changing and all that stuff, because you can't control it.
yeah. And so I think that new discovery is going to be great because, like, the people that have been wanting to focus on discovery, what they really need to be doing right now, in my opinion, is making the best community they could possibly make.
Yep.
Like, really, really focusing on, like, are you showing up with your people? Are your people happy? What else could you bring? Like, are you listening to your people and bringing out what they want to hear and all those kinds of stuff? So I think that would help as we know this is coming out.
Yep.
But I'm interested. I think part of my question, like, and I'm curious, we'll see what ends up happening, is like, what does trending even mean? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
does that mean like they did a big push and maybe they're bringing a bunch of people? Like that's one of the things that I thought about was like if somebody's doing a push and they're getting a lot of outside traffic coming into their community, so it's going to show their communities increasing numbers like a lot right now. Does that mean that they're going to get a discovery boost, and so that's the tailwind that they're talking about, you know?
That's kind of what I was thinking. And is it the same for everybody, or is it going to be trending to you like like a for you page?
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. And everybody start thinking about your keywords. Like, what are your
Yeah.
keywords that you're going to have? I wouldn't do Facebook ads knitting community. I don't think that will work.
Right. One thing that I was thinking about with the keywords too is like, have you ever joined something and it's like, or like the best one for most people that pretty much anybody would know is like you join Netflix, right? And Netflix goes, what are the things that interest you? Like, what kind of, do you like TV shows or do you like movies? Do you like crime or do you like documentaries? Like those kinds of things. And so
Yeah.
they start to enter those things in, and maybe that will, maybe someday we'll see that
Yeah.
happen, you know, or we
That would
could
be
go enter
interesting.
those things in.
I know on TikTok right now, you can actually go into your settings and you can put the keywords of stuff you want to watch into
Oh,
your
cool.
settings, and it will start changing your for you page to show you that kind of stuff too, which is pretty interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a little tip.
nice.
Uh, are we done talking about that? I'm going to the next thing.
Sure. What
I
else happened in
s-
school?
I thought this was a really good post by Matthew Thompson with his School Games podcast. This
Mm-hmm.
was a guy who has a kettlebell school, and he does it kind of like he kind of mixed kettlebell with Lord of the Rings, which I think that's why it was such a good episode, because like it seems like him and Matthew are just the same person. But he has a really good method for how he like does his weekly calls. He kind of does it like everyone's doing the same thing together, kind of like what's it called, CrossFit, and people really seem to like that. His traffic source is the Instagram mini chat combo, which I can't even tell you how
Nice.
many school games winners are using that Instagram mini chat combo. It really seems to work.
It's so funny because like one of my comments on this was I remember the time I tried to explain what a kettlebell was to my mom.
Do you make
And
tea with it?
yeah, I was like, no, I literally was like, it's kind of like a dumbbell, but not a dumbbell. It's like dumbbell on one side and then loop on the other side.
Yeah.
I was like, I was not explaining it well, but he gave a really good explanation, and it was funny because he's like, yeah, I have a little bit of experience explaining what a kettlebell is, and I'm like, that makes
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
you know. I think what he did also was he made it fun, you
Yeah, he
know.
did, and he talked about that a lot, about how they don't just talk about kettlebells; they talk about all kinds of stuff going on in their life. Something else I liked about this episode was he asked him, "So what are you doing in your about page to have such a high conversion rate?" And he's like, "I have no idea." It's just like one of those things, like people who are winning still don't have it all figured out. He made a good community, and that's all there is to it.
I think that's a good point because like they also just they take action,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Like they don't know, they don't have it all figured out. You don't have to have it perfect. You just do it.
Yeah, yep,
So, did
100%.
anybody else watch this episode? If you did, let us know what you thought.
Yeah, 'cause
Cuz
it's only 30 minutes. It's a quick listen, and there's a lot of valuable information in this one specifically. Definitely go check it out. I think you can learn a lot from Matthew in this episode.
yeah,
Good
and
old Matthew Thompson.
if was that an Irish accent?
It was an attempt.
It's better than my attempt. I wonder if like when you watch these, because something I really like about school stories is you're getting to see some of the, it's like curated to some really good people that have done really well on school, right?
Yeah,
What do you do when you watch these? Are you actually taking notes and like thinking about making adjustments or changes to your community? Like when even whether it's a school stories thing or anything in school, are you going to consume content as if it's entertainment, or are you actually using it?
that's true. I think we all get in that trap of just consuming, and not actually taking action on anything. Unfortunately, I know I do that a lot.
Yeah, I think next week we should Should we do an action week next week?
Yeah, let's do it.
The action week leaves in the
I don't know
middle
what
of
it
the week.
means. I don't
Isn't
know what it
there?
means. Yeah. Also, I called this the School Games podcast like a dummy because that's what it used to be called. It's not called that anymore.
Oh yeah, school games. It's school stories.
Funny enough, I was actually one of like the first like 5 subscribers to that channel. And here's the story behind it. So Matthew Thompson started the School Games podcast. He's a podcast producer. That's his background. That's also my background. And when I first joined Skool, I had the idea. I was like, why hasn't anyone done a School Games podcast yet? That's like that could absolutely blow up. And so I do what everybody does when they're about to start a podcast is you kind of research to see if anybody else is doing it. And literally the very first episode of Matthew Thompson's School Games podcast came out, and I listened to it, and it was so good that I was like, I'm not even going to try to compete with this, and I just gave up.
That's great. It was like Matthew. It was like, you know what? We're on the same wavelength, Eric.
I know. Yeah, we are pretty similar, actually. It's kind of funny.
That's awesome. I think it was because you had Potific, the dolphin foot thing.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That's what I want. I want a media asset that's like a sound, and it's the dolphin going. No, random. This is what I said. Me without coffee. We're gonna go all over the place. But yeah, Jennifer said something awesome that she already does try to make a change.
Yep.
You want to pull that up?
Yep, I got it. Jessica said she's going to watch it today. Awesome. And then Jennifer tries to take one change from video as they're watching if I'm able. Yeah. That's good.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, go check out that episode. It was really good.
Yeah. There was another thing that happened inside of school, and I was going to pull it up, and then I forgot.
It's been one of them kind of days.
Yeah, it was.
Do you remember what it was about? Andrew's post?
No.
Okay.
This is how it's been. But I think one of the other questions I wanted to ask before we move on, we could just take this down, right? Is what did you do for your school this week?
Hold on one second. I will tell you. So I have not put in the effort to my own school that I should. Mm-hmm. But one thing that I do in my school that I like, that I don't see anybody else doing, is anytime I get a new member, I ask them to make a post, like a video post, just kind of like explain themselves. And the reason why I do that is just because talking, and it's kind of funny because I'm saying this faceless, but I think making like videos like as often as you can and getting more comfortable on camera, but to make like ads, to make content, if that's something you want to do, just the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. And so I asked them if they would to do that, and some of them have. And so I always go back and I do a video of myself replying to them and asking like some questions and welcoming them to the community, like personally. And I've had a couple people tell me like, wow, that's really cool that you actually made like a whole video just for me. You know what I mean? And and I see a lot of people doing that with looms, like just sending that to everybody. And I probably will start doing that next. Probably.
I think that would be cool. I think that it, like when people see people do that, it's like almost as if what you end up seeing is that this person's going to take time for you too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
And really the reason why I haven't put as much effort as I probably should is because like, I don't know, like I've still been trying to figure out the direction I even want to go with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
I think that's like probably everybody's problem when they're first getting started too. It's like, where do I really want to go with this?
Because like I have all this energy and stuff that I just want to put somewhere, but it's like there's so many options of where to put it. Where do I even point that energy towards? You know what I mean?
Right. I wonder if... Let me see if I can pull... You know what? It's going to be way too hard for me to pull up all the examples. But one thing that I saw this week, so I'll just share it, is like something that goes in schoolers, and this has always been a thing, right? But recently this week, there's been a good amount of more people that are just going in and answering people's questions, right?
Yeah.
It's schoolers helping other schoolers.
That's great.
And I really love seeing that. And there's like a couple of examples, but it's going to be hard for me to find them on the spot. But it's and maybe I'll try to do that for next time we do a recap, because when somebody takes the time to just go in there, like they have their own school community, they have their own things going on, and they go in to just write something within the comments, to me that's a good member. So
Yeah.
when we were talking about like what makes a good community, I think a good community also needs good members, and good members are doing that same exact things. And you have to do that, I would say, is leading by example, is going in there and doing that for them too. But there's a balance. Like as an owner, you also want to leave some space for people to jump into the comments before you say something. Because if you say something as the owner, sometimes people will, like, they're not going to say what they would have said because they already got
Yeah.
the answer from you.
Yeah, I try to do that too. Like if I see a question, I try to wait just a little bit just to see if anybody else will answer it first. Because like you want a community, you don't want to be like the only person in there that everybody's looking at. Like it's better if like we can all kind of do stuff together. And so yeah, I'm with you on that. I try to wait at least a few minutes just to make sure that no one else is going to answer it.
Yeah. I think when you end up doing that, you're also, it's not that you're meant to be training people, right? But it ends up doing, it's kind of like that. You have to look at it as if you want your members to be a certain way, are you giving them the space to be that way?
Yeah.
Right?
And I always try to like pin comments and pin different posts in my own community. Like if someone makes a post, I'll usually like to pin it to the top.
Yeah. I think that's a really good thing to do.
It's a
I
good
say
feeling.
that, and then we have the morning show where it's like, no,
Yeah.
this morning show. So what is Skool is more of a blog type community. So I wouldn't even call this, like, it's not a bad community, right? But it's more
It's
of
just
an
a different way.
informational.
It's a different way of doing a community for sure. Like Evelyn had one like that, or still does maybe. I've seen a few people doing that style of community, and I think it's great. I mean, for what it is.
Right. I think like it has a specific purpose kind of thing. I need to be doing more in there, of course. Like I plan to do more. But I did tell myself, just a heads up for everybody, my birthday is coming up. So with my birthday coming up, I'm going to be taking like a mini vacation. So there's going to be some days I'm not here. And I know not to put myself in like a certain type of, like if I want to show up a certain way, I'm not going to go ahead and like start that pattern now and then stop it when I'm gone. So I'd rather start it once I'm back, you know?
Right. Right. We got big things coming. I have an offer idea that I've been cooking.
So you've been cooking up an offer, and because I know you want to start we want to see what there's so much you could do. But there's like, I feel like once you have your main offer, it'll be interesting to see how that looks for others that are trying to get like traffic. Because like obviously you have the traffic lounge, right?
Yeah.
And so yours is like really going to be helping people bring more people in, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the problem I was having with the traffic lounge is it's a very broad topic. Like there's 15 different ways off the top of my head that I could think you can get traffic. And I just really have to think about the ones that I particularly like because that's what I can talk about. But the way I have the traffic lounge set up now is I'm not necessarily the expert. Like I just wanted to bring everybody together to share their own thoughts. And so when we're talking about, I kind of wait to comment. That's another one of the reasons why I want to do it is because this is more, I wanted to create more of a think tank kind of place for traffic lounge. And then now I'm going to lock in on probably something different that I specifically like and that I can specifically teach because I'm not trying to really teach anything over there.
right. That makes sense. And then when you do end up doing it this way, you'll be showing up as the expert, right?
Yeah, in that community, yeah, because I have a little more. I don't know. When you know what you're talking about, like you have a little more less of that imposter syndrome feeling
Mm-hmm.
when you're a little more confident in the information.
Yeah. What did for anybody that's listening right now or listening later to the replay, what did you guys do for your school? Like, what did you work on? I want to know. I want to know
Oh,
about that. So I'm going to give you some time to comment while I talk about what I did. I finally, because people have been asking when my paid community would be come out,
we're all very
because
curious.
I did have a paid community, and then I decided I wanted to do it just slightly different because when you look at what you're doing, you also have to decide how much time you can commit, right?
Hmm.
I am going to be homeschooling my kid, and he's going into first grade, which is one of the toughest grades to teach, in my opinion, because it's so
Agreed.
much.
Yeah, that's when it starts
And
getting tough.
yeah, and then they also, like, for him, he's going to be like bouncing off the walls, right? Too. So you're going to have that. So as I've been going into this, I wanted to make sure that I was making something that I would be able to still show up as much as I fully want to. Because, like, when I do something, I'm going to give my all to it. Like, my heart's going to be in it. And I have come up with all of it and how I'm going to do it. And it's going to be like releasing things on a pattern where it's digestible for others, and it's not pushing me to be, because I can do a lot in a lot of, like, just a short amount of time, right?
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily good for me or others or etc.
Yeah, because I was around for your very first community, and the amount of information and calls that you would do is not sustainable for anybody. Like you have earned every right to kind of doing what you're doing right now because you worked really, really hard in the beginning.
Right. Well, yeah, I was used to taking influencers and them not having anything, like them being at like ground zero, right? And
Hmm.
then taking what they already have as just as far as content and stuff, and creating something out of nothing, and helping them hit like high 6 to 7 figures. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I probably overworked myself. Ha ha ha, workaholic. And so
God, I love workahol.
yeah, workaholic. So funny. But yeah, so I'm like, I need to know to not do that, because like the more healthy, sustainable, and that's what I like about communities, is like you're wanting to build something that you love, but that also doesn't deplete you, right?
Yeah. It's that
And
balance.
yeah, so this week I decided like what actual date I'm gonna release that, which I'm not sharing yet. Sorry, I'm like teasing, haha. But I was able to figure out the date. I was able to figure out kind of like the method of how I'm going to go about it. Because I also eventually will also release a book kind of alongside of it.
Hmm.
But I decided what I'll do instead is I want to, because I was struggling with like, do I publish the book now? Do I at the same time as releasing it? And I decided no, I'd rather have like the community's foundation like really strong and firm before I release the book, and like go on different podcasts and talk about it, etc.
You got a lot of big things coming, but the point is that it's
Mm-hmm.
coming soon, which is pretty exciting
Yeah,
for everybody
it's
wondering.
lots of planning and laying it out and getting ready for launch, and doing so where it doesn't, where you don't feel like you're on the hamster wheel, right? You don't want to
Hmm.
feel like that. Have you ever seen those, like, obviously we're doing ADHD moments again. Uh, have you ever seen those little hamsters that get on the wheels and then they fling the other hamster off?
Yeah, I love those.
Yes, those crack me up. I'll watch them because, like, I say I watch them because Dominic wants to watch them, but it's really because I think it's hilarious. And he's
Right.
like, and I make little voices like for them. Like, we'll be watching them, and I'll be like, "Watch me go faster! I'm gonna fling you off!" And then Dominic's like cracking up at my narration. So yeah,
That's
total
great.
again squirrel moment. Squirrel, not squirrel, a
That,
hamster.
Here's a comment from James. He's engaging as schoolers to become a focus of some of the groups he's been in. Their dad's community this week is making at least 5 comments in at least 2 other communities that we don't own.
Ooh.
Very nice. It's a good strat. Good strategy. And then Samantha is preparing a bunch of letters for my members. I've never sent a letter before. Yeah, it's very interesting, your community. I'm curious what those letters are going to be about.
Dum dum dum.
Is it for?
I still think it's so funny, the cold calling. Cold.
I'm going to pull up Samantha's community real quick, if you don't mind, because I just think everybody should see it.
Do it.
Amanda has Crap Academy.
So funny.
Can you give like some examples of some of that stuff you were saying, like the cold calling again?
Yeah. So, all right, in Samanda's community called the Crap Academy, it's just so much fun. There's a classroom. I just saw she has more. It says there's another one. Like, can I just share screen?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I'll pull this off.
Before I share screen, let me make sure I don't have any of my moderator stuff up real quick. Dum dum dum. We cannot let you see that.
It's secret.
All right. Wait, before we share it, Samantha, can I share them inside like some of the funny things inside the classroom? Not like actually going into the classroom, but just looking into it.
Oh, before you do that, let me pull this up of the letters that Amanda said you can share that.
Okay.
But before you do that, I want to share the letters real quick. Oh, wrong thing. Good grief. Hold on one second. I just pulled up Crap Academy twice. We don't need 2 Crap Academies. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm messing everything up. There we go. Bigger. Yeah. Certificates. There's one for Sam Ovens. That's hilarious.
That's so
Certificate of participation. That's fun.
That's great. It's always fun to get something physical in the mail too, you know?
That I like that a lot because you know if you get something, I mean, imagine you get a letter in the mail of participation of I don't know, for like a community that you're in. That would definitely make me not want to leave it.
Mhm. I would agree. All right, can you see the screen?
I can. So this is in the Crap Academy's classroom.
Yes. And so there's like, this is the cold calling one, and it's just all these like funny things where this was the one that got me hooked, where I clicked on it, I went in there, and it was like, cold calling, this is how you call cold. Go outside and yell cold or something like that. I don't remember the exact wording, but it was so funny. And then it's networking. Have you ever wondered how other people seem to network so well? Fear not. And then
it's a
obviously
net.
they're captured. Yeah. I think we worked on this one together on money models, and it's like they're modeling money.
$100 million money models.
So many things that are just hilarious, right? But then there's this one, don't buy it. Seriously, don't buy it. There's no certificate yet. Well, guess what? I'm going to buy it because I can. It's happening live.
Don't buy it. Bad things will happen if you buy it.
Of course. And it's just new page, new page, new page.
I mean, you were told not to buy it, to be fair.
Well, I bought it because it's just so funny. Like, why not? You know? So that's kind of like what Crap Academy is. So, Samantha, you probably heard of Ka-ching. I hope you did. Pyramid Schemes 101. 3 corners, $3, 3 courses. Like, what in the world? It's just so creative and fun.
Yeah, that's great. Wait, we are like 50 minutes into this, and we've not even talked about our main thing yet.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Here we go.
Oh, no. What are you going to do?
Well, I got to remember what I said. That's the problem.
I'm going to go get you some coffee.
Get me some coffee. Yes, please send it via mail. Leaderboard. Oh, I'm just making up something right now. Okay. I know I titled it like leaderboards are tell the bigger story, but right now we're going with breaking news. Leaderboards are awesome.
Wait, I wasn't even
Oh,
ready.
oh, oh, sorry. I'll take it down. Go ahead.
Breaking news.
Did you know that I could make this go faster?
How fast can it go? That's the real question.
Okay, ready? Get ready
Uh-huh.
for the sound effect. We're doing the sound effect again. Ready,
Okay,
set,
yep.
go.
Breaking news.
Yeah, they can go way faster, right?
That's
So
way too
cool.
fast. That's making me dizzy.
Okay. We'll put it just at normal speed.
So yeah, we are almost an hour into the show, and we are finally talking about what we said we're going to talk about.
Bum, bum, bum.
So I saw this post from Calvin yesterday, and he was asking to share your leaderboard strategy. And there's a lot of good comments in there of people just sharing different ways that they use their leaderboards. And so, yeah, I mean, did you have any like particular ideas of how to get more engagement or how to, I don't know, how could you use leaderboards to make things better in your community?
I think there's a few things about leaderboards that are important to share and show. Okay. So I guess maybe I should actually show a leaderboard, right? That would make sense. And then I could show you also how you find the hidden schoolers leaderboard.
Now
Did
that
you
is
know
some,
that there's-
that's some tea right there.
There's a leaderboard in schoolers and you didn't even know it.
That's some tea.
That's some. No. Okay, we figured out what this is. Okay, you guys, can you agree with me that that sound effect is like the Coca-Cola ice? Like when you go to a movie theater and they're trying to get you to go buy the movie theater snacks and they're pouring the Coca-Cola on the ice and it's like going, "Oh, it's so crispy and yummy." You know?
Makes me thirsty.
That is the sound effect.
Well, it's supposed to be hot coffee, but it does sound like water being poured or Coke being poured over ice. Here we go. Sounds cold.
Yep, that's not coffee. I know my coffee, especially when I haven't had it. Okay, just share screen. Sound good? Oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Let's go back to his real quick.
Okay.
So he says, share your leaderboard strategy. Screenshots welcome. He wants to know how you would use the leaderboard. Feel free to post a screenshot and write about the number one tip regarding leaderboard, especially for those who are still relatively new to school here. And then, obviously, yeah, don't post your links because self-promotion is not allowed in schoolers. But this is what I would say he is talking about.
And feel free to read that post from Calvin yesterday because it's really interesting.
Yeah. So when you're on your leaderboards right here, okay, you're going to see just everybody on the 7-day leaderboard, 30-day leaderboard, and all-time leaderboard. But the other point that you want to look at, and what he showed, was these numbers, is like how many people or how many of the percentage have actually made it out of level 1, right? So for me, I'm the person, and we won't go on the soapbox again, I'm totally okay with having a high level 1 leaderboard percentage. Like, doesn't bother me at all. But you do want to see, like, when do people start really becoming active and engaged in the community itself? Because even if you want people to be able to, like, just observe and lurk, or however you want to say it, be the silent members, you still need, for a healthy community, you still need the people that are going to go up in rank and go to different levels, right? Because that is the sign of, like, the community is actually bonding together. They're talking, they're getting involved. So this is where you would go and look at that. So you'd want to look at these percentages. And this community has always been a little bit weird. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say,
Yeah,
look at these numbers
it's a little
and go for
different.
it.
It's a little different than a regular community because there's not like real posting. It's mostly just them commenting.
Right. And even before it was public, and like when I had it as a private community and people could post, it still was more of like an informational place. Like, this is where I'll post information or we'll do these calls. So it wasn't like asking people to get involved, right?
Hmm.
So that is what I believe his post was talking about, is like, what would you do to try to get people to level up, not for the sake of leveling up, not for the sake of discovery, but for the sake of the community being healthy, right?
Hmm.
Where they're engaged and they're showing up for each other. And then you can see a chat with other members. I have that on, just an FYI for everybody, like
For
chat with other
spammers.
members at level 9, because inside my plugins I have this on auto approve, so people can just automatically come in unless they're high risk, and sometimes there's still some spammers that get through. So to avoid that, I have this on level 9 to just protect the community, because anybody that's in what is Skool probably is going to be able to find another, like if you really wanted to chat with them, you could go find them in Schoolers or something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The other part is that it will also let you know like who is like getting engaged, like actively engaged inside the community. You'll see that in your 7-day and in your 30-day. If you're ever trying to find the Schoolers leaderboard, you can do that by going with the URL where it's like // leaderboards. Or if you're inside the community, let me just show this, right? Like I'll click on Sam Evans and then I'll click on his level 9 and it will take me to the
Look at
leaderboards
that.
for
You're number
Schoolers.
3 all time.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yep. I haven't even posted this week, so I'm not even on the 7-day.
You're number 1 on the 30-day, and you're number 3 of all time.
Yeah.
Now that's a flex. I think you're just flexing on us right now.
No, the reason why I wanted to show this is because 88% of members in Schoolers are still at level 1. And that's okay. That's normal. Especially with this size of a group, right? And we could end up seeing, like, what we would want to do is with level 1s was we'd want to hope that they'd get to level 2 or level 3. But it's okay there's a healthy amount of having level 1s. But anyways, yeah. So when we go back to, I'll just stop sharing my screen now.
Okay. Glenn Summers says, "Hey Jenna, don't give me $1."
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
so
funny. Yeah, that's great. So what do you think of, I saw one strategy that someone talked about in here. They said that they will sell something, but you could also unlock it at like level 7 or level 8 or something about that. What are your thoughts on that?
They can do what?
So
Say it again?
so they'll have something that they can buy, like a course in the community or in the classroom that they can buy, or it unlocks once they reach like a certain level.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before too. And it's to like encourage people, like, hey, if you don't want to spend money or you can't spend money, then just be engaged. I think it really depends on how you set the culture too, because you wouldn't want people to just engagement farm to get
That's
to.
true. That's true. You wouldn't want that. Here's a comment from somebody that doing something similar. Let me pull that up real quick. From Jennifer. So that she does stickers, and I guess you can buy them once you get to a certain level, or once you get to a higher level, then you can get them for free. So that's pretty cool. So that's not like necessarily like a course. It's just like a cute little sticker that you can get, that's fun. I like that video. You could probably do that for a hat or a shirt or something too. I like that.
Very true. You could also, okay, so here is, can I add, or do we have already
You
too
can add.
many?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Here is what Calvin said. He put it inside the comments that I saw it. So his personal tip would be, like, yes, use it. Level 2 or 3 particularly are great to motivate new members to become active in your community. I think that would mean, like, put something that they want to get. Like, what do they want to get if they're at level 2 or 3? And it's not necessarily post and feed or chat with other members. Those are just for, like, reducing spam, right?
Right.
So what kind of incentive can you do to get them to level 2 or 3? I think that what they've said is if somebody gets to level 3, there's a higher chance that they're going to stay in the community and not churn.
Yeah. I think that's why you see so many communities will give something away at level 3. Like I've seen a different community, they'll make like some kind of tool or like some kind of like, I don't know, just something like a like extra course or something that they'll get at level 3. I see that a lot. And I guess that's why. That's pretty interesting.
And he's even mentioning that like if you place a reward at level 5 or 6, gives them an extra push to stay engaged. I know that like for smaller communities, you don't want to. Some people are like, "Oh, it's so good. I want to place it at like level 8 or 9 or even 7." But then when people start going after it and they realize how much effort it takes, they almost don't care anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it took me forever to get to level 8 in Schoolers, and I don't even know how long it's going to take me to get to level 9.
Right. Like back when schoolers used to have a thing where if you joined and you got to level 7, then you had an invite to just visit.
I know, and they
School
took it
HQ.
away. They took it away literally right before I hit level 7. I was so upset.
I hit level 7 like a couple days before, and then they were like, "Oh, when are you gonna come visit?" Dum da dum.
I heard that
I'm not
there's
visiting
something
'cause I
secret at
face
level
this.
9. I've heard some people say, but we'll never
I'll
know.
never know.
This was a funny
Except I
idea.
know.
You could sell level naming rights to your community members. That's a funny idea. I like
That's
that.
funny. Yeah, I think that would be funny. And I think if it's an active community, then it could be like when it came to schoolers having it at level 7, when schoolers became more active and there was more people joining and stuff, they hit level 7 a lot faster, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Jesse is being a turd. I'll bring up his comment. Old Jesse. Said level 9 in Schooler is the same as like level 5 in a brand new community.
no, it's not. It was really hard to get, or it used to be.
That's funny.
I remember back in the day, it was like, oh, got to work for this.
It used to mean something, darn it.
No, I think it still does mean something. It means that you were still active because there's no way that you're going to get to it without being active, you know?
It's true. And I don't really do posts in there anymore. I will comment sometimes if it's something that I have something to say about.
Fun fact, there is a person on our team that has never made a post, and they're at level 8, and that would be Sid.
Oh, because he just does a lot of commenting, especially when it's stuff about like something being wrong. Sid's a great guy.
Sid does like ops and stuff, and he does all the things in the background. So if there's something that's going on and you have a bug, he's definitely going to be there to help you figure out what's going on.
Yep, we all like Sid. I think that's all that happened this week. Is there anything else you can think of that happened in school this week?
I don't know. I
we
can't
about
think of
covered it.
anything.
I think we about
I think
covered
that's it for this week. So we'll see what happens over the next week, and share it on next Friday. So
Yeah.
now you know what we're doing, and if you think about things that you want to share prior to doing a recap, feel free to share them, and we'll throw them up onto the screen, and it'll be fun.
And if you have any ideas for anything we want to talk about next week, let us know. Anything about online communities or school, any topics that you might have, just let us know. We're going to share we're going to share the schedule probably Sunday. So just let us know before then. But thank you for listening. It's been a great week at the School Morning Show.
Yep. We'll
All right.
see you guys later.
All right, bye.